Yahawah Shalom to all the apostles and elders and other teachers pushing this word. Shalom to the elect. I was just trying to come up with an idea for a video, as Yahawah to give me an idea, and I was happened to see this video early this morning. I had to go work, but through the spirit, I still wanted to put this out because this year coming up, it's gonna be more and more chariot sightings. Matter of fact, I was walking to go meet this female the other day. I looked to my right. I seen a chariot just sitting up in the sky. I gave praises to Yahawah keeping his holy angels around, and in the midst of everything that's going on, because they his eyes, like the scripture say, they run to and from the earth, and that's what people been seeing lately. So Esau and these other so-called truthers and other people, they think it's aliens and all this other madness. Really, it's the chariots of the Lord, and the scriptures go into that, where you actually read the scriptures and go to the root words of the definitions and all that stuff. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this video, and I'm gonna play some more stuff too, just for edification. There's some guy, the guy Tyler, whatever, from security, and he be posting a lot of these videos. A lot of people sitting in footage. Let's see what these people think is. Like I say, this little green man, or reptiles, or grays, or whatever they want to call it. But what the world fear the most, seeing a so-called black man come out of them chariots.
Hey, what's up guys? Tyler from Security. So I was working on a video and I got to thinking about that mystery cigar-shaped object that was detected blasting through our solar system last year. If you guys remember, it was called a Muamua. It was unlike anything we had ever seen before. It wasn't from our solar system. Everything about this thing rang alien object, or at least that's what even a Harvard paper suggested. This thing had a high metal content.
High metal content, that's what the chariot's made out of. They spiritual vehicles, but made out of certain elements too at the same time. Gold, silver, metallic. Some of the ones I seen was a goldish color or metallic looking color. Seen some that was just light, so they look like different stones, like the amber stones or rubies or the beryl, or different colors like that. And that's how the Most High got it set up. So I'm gonna read the scripture real quick while this showing that picture real quick. It's in the book of Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits." And NASA know about this shit. These devils, they know about all this stuff. That's why they got the Space Force. It ain't for no damn satellites getting misplaced and all the other stuff, for no military weapons and all that. And that's part of the reason why Esau making these laser cannons too. Cause they already got damn nukes. They making these lasers so they can go to war with these chariots. And they mentioned that in the book of Revelation. So I'm gonna play this some more.
It had a very strange, elongated needle or cigar-like shape. It changed speeds and velocities at will, and not just what you would normally get from passing by the sun. So then, a few weeks ago, if you guys remember, I posted another video about how another study came out that basically said that there are likely more of these things, or more of these strange cigar-shaped interstellar
Objects. In chapter 6, verse 1, it says, "And I turned," in the book of Zechariah, chapter 6, verse 1, it says, "And I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, there came forth chariots out from between two mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass." So they're gonna have metal content right there. You ain't talking about no actual mountain, like Mount Everest floating in the air, nothing like that. It's a parabolic sand, because that's how big they were. They're the size of mountains, but made of brass. So you could just imagine seeing that. Just the thought of that, man, that's dreadful. And they're gonna start manifesting more and more in 2019.
Objects, we'll just call, detected out near the orbits of Jupiter and Neptune. Now there could potentially be thousands of these strange cylinder-shaped interstellar visitors, as they call them, throughout our solar system.
You see that right there? That's the flying roll right there. Go back to chapter 5, verse 1, the book of Zechariah. So then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe. See, these devils, they wanted to be something else. They ain't even trying to grasp the concept of, well, maybe it is angels or the chariots of the Lord. They think it's some other nonsense. Because they know, man, their time getting cut short. And some of these truthers, they don't really know the full truth about themselves. They don't really believe too much in the scriptures, and a lot of them, they can't even understand it like that. So, that's just what it is. But through the Spirit, and through Yahawah setting up men on the earth, and yeah, he definitely set up men on the earth in ancient times and in these times, because you got people that got a problem with that. Like why you give reverence to certain men or give double honors or whatever. In the scriptures it say salute the saints. In the scriptures it say you got to go to the Son to get to the Father. Back in the time when Moses was around, our people wanted to deal directly with the Most High, and when he showed himself and how he came, they basically told Moses to go deal with him. They weren't trying to deal with him. So you niggas could be posting little silly stuff about questions and all type of vain babblings, like the scriptures say, avoid foolish questions and vain babblings. There's too much serious shit going on. You got the chariots popping up, you got earthquakes going on, volcanoes, storms, the weather throwed off. You got pestilence being sprayed every damn well through these chemtrails and shit. GMO food. Illnesses coming from the food that they selling. And niggas want to act stupid nigga shit. Well, I ain't gonna get too much into that subject, though. I just want to speak on that while I'm thinking about it. Well, I'm gonna let this play some more.
System. And that made me think of the book Ringmakers of Saturn, and how really these cigar-shaped UFOs, we're calling them, these unidentified cigar-shaped objects, have not only been seen in our own skies above Earth, but these things have been detected by various probes that have been sent out over the years, captured near planet Saturn, captured near Mars. The Phobos incident, shadows of these things have actually been captured, the Mars surface. And then it made me think of a discovery in 2015 that has really, really had me scratching my head over the years. One of my favorite finds, and it's on Google Sky, because you guys know how there's a Google Earth. Well, satellites have also mapped a huge portion of space. And as talk of these cigar-shaped objects continues,
And they was back in the ancient times. I'm gonna read some more in the second book of Kings. In chapter 2, verse 1, it says, "And it came to pass, when the Lord will take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, Tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee." So they went down to Bethel, and the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, Knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? And he said, Yeah, I know it. Hold ye your peace. Now you jump over and to verse 11 in chapter 2 in the book of 2 Kings. It says, "And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into the heavens." And this stuff definitely was happening, because you have people be like, oh, well, maybe that's made up, or when talking about that, it meant something else. No, these chariots was showing themselves back then, because it was serious events taking place as far as history was going, and there's some serious events about to take place right now in history. Israel about to get delivered, and that's why they're showing themselves more and more. So time been speeding up. More destruction been happening to these heathens, judgments from the Most High, tsunamis and shit. There's all type of stuff happening, and a lot of times when you see these events take place, what we seen most of the time, the chariots. Volcanoes go off. Some people might take a picture of something. It might be a chariot sitting over the volcano. A big storm or something might happen. Chariots be sitting around. Earthquake go off. People have mass sightings of chariots. So that stuff was seen back then. Nothing new under the sun. It's gonna be seen now.
going back to the discovery of this object here. It's actually one of many objects captured out in space, and you can actually go and still see these things today. But this one is probably the most damaging of all of them, because well, as you guys are seeing here, we have what appears to be a massive blue cigar caught in a photograph lingering out in space.
Go to another scripture. In the book of Exodus. Let's see where I'm at. Chapter 40, verse 38. But then I'm going to start at 34, and then I'm going to go to 38. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 40, verse 34. I say, then the cloud covered the tent of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. And when you're talking about that cloud, I ain't talking about no actual rain cloud or nothing like that, because you have people who be simple. You're like, well, it's talking about just a regular cloud. No. When you read down to verse 38, it says, for the cloud of the Lord was upon the tabernacle by day, and fire was on it by night. So, if it was a cloud, since when clouds catch on fire? If it was a rain cloud. Well, anyway, I'm going to read on some more. It says, in the sight of all the house of Israel throughout all their journeys. So our people seen this. That's why he had the songs like Swing Low, Sweet Chariot and stuff like that. A lot, and for some reason, our people always been infatuated with like space and spaceships and stuff like that. That's because they used to see them. It's in our spirit. So I'm going to play this some more, then I'm going to go into some more
And not
scriptures.
only that, but it appears to have a definite structure to it, even shadows. Now, likewise, found within the same area or vicinity of this main cigar, were found a couple of other very strange blue-colored objects. You're seeing all three of them here. One sort of took the shape of a donut. The other, if I could describe it, kind of looks like a whale or a fish, but that's just the angle we're at. But
Let me read some more scriptures too. Go into these chariots because they've been manifesting real heavy, and this topic has been on my mind heavy. So, in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9, it says, I beheld the thrones were cast down. No, Salaki, it said, beheld till the thrones were cast down. And the Ancient of Days did sit, and the Ancient of Days is Yahawah. It said, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head is like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. And when it's talking about his wheels, it's talking about his chariots. When you go into the wheels, go into the book of Ezekiel real quick. The book of Ezekiel says, in the first chapter, let's see where I'm going to start at. First chapter. I'm starting at verse 13. It says, as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. So if you see burning coals, that's dark, but it got a fire around it, got a light around it. But you can still see that darkness of, and saying like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures. So that's going to spook these devils. See, they already seen the chariots. But once some angels start manifesting, you see a so-called dark-skinned man with a huge glow around him. Man, people, that's why I say men's hearts failing them for fear of things coming upon the earth, because ain't nobody really seen nothing like that except for in ancient times. Even back then, our ancestors were scared. And they'll fall down before him and bow down. And what the angel said, do it not, because I'm thy fellow servant, or thy fellow brethren, and they're my brothers. So, it said, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. And that's what that one video looked like that people have been sharing too over in Brooklyn, like it was lightning or something going on. They said it was a transformer, but more than like it was a chariot over there doing something, and they had to make up some other little bullshit story to throw people off. Verse 15 to say, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures. There were them wheels again. Like I talk about the Ancient of Days and his wheels. It say with his four faces. It say the appearance of the wheels and their work is like into the color of a barrel. And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Now let me pull up an example of a barrel. The barrel color. So you could just seeing this, you could just imagine how these chariots look. And that's how they look. That's how sometimes, because most people are always looking at their phones and stuff like that. They're not really looking up in the sky. If you're paying attention, you might just so happen to look up and see one. And they be around. Especially now that they're manifesting even more. These colors, sometimes they be in a red looking color, looking like amber. Sometimes they be in a blue topaz looking color. Sometimes they be like in a fire and orange looking color. It's all different type of color, different shapes, all that. Gold, metallic, silver, white light. And that's the chariots of the Lord. This shows how exclusive Yahawah and Yahawah is, and the angels. Because they try to paint these pictures of them as being some little naked babies or some little weak stuff going on, but ain't none of that, man. So let me go to this other video real quick, and I'm going to end this off with the book of Revelations.
General Secretary Gorbachev. And the fact thing to all God's children, wherever we may live in the world, I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held. If suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet, outside of the universe, we'd forget all of the local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together. Well, I don't suppose we can wait for some alien race to come down and threaten us, but I think that between us we can bring about that realization.
This damn devil. But that's why they got the Space Force now. I'm going to read the book of Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. It says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. So, these devils know. These upper class elites, fucking Rothschild and Rockefellers and all them Oppenheimers and DuPonts and Gettysburgs and all them devils, they know what's coming. And they ain't no little green man, no little big heads and big eyes and all that shit they make up. They know once they show up, once the Lord show up, the Son of the Most High, because he definitely showing up for people that's in doubt. Because people be so in doubt, they don't have no faith. The signs everywhere, but you just got to actually see them. And ultimately, the spirit of Yahawah got to be on you to really see it anyway. So I'm going to end that on this. Call Lord Yahawah Shalom to the apostles, all the elders and teachers. It's teaching the truth to help certain men learn the truth. The whole scripture, the whole road, not just bits and pieces that seem good and some pieces that don't seem true. And shalom to the elect.